Let's have a little look at oil.
Wait.
Matron, take them away. Oh.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If this is your first time here, I am the big fella that is the Scruffy trader. And it must be true, says so, right here on my t-shirt. And what am I doing and why do I do it in the first place? Well, today I'm going to be looking at oil. I'm going to sort of trade it. And I'm doing it because it's something that I showed the guys this morning in the Scruffy squad. Now, I know you see a lot of my videos and they are all based around trading and sort of the actual trades I do. That's because I record all of the trades that I'm doing. So if I make a mistake, I can go back and watch what I've done. That's how I learn, because I'm a big advocate of keeping journals, etc. And that's where this channel came from. It was a visual journal, if you like, and a visual representation of what I was doing. And anyway, as time's grown, it's become this channel that you know and love. Now, yes, I have a brutal sense of humor, and yes, I have no time for freeloaders or dickheads, and sometimes that comes across. And my attitude is just a one of, I'm a guy doing a job, and you either like it or you don't. It's that simple. Now, if you're in it for a free ride, you're never going to make it, guys, so just give up. But if you're looking to knuckle down and work hard, you can produce the results that I show you every day. You know, and that's one of the key things. I do this every day. I never cherry pick charts. I just trade what's in front of me. What I do is, well, I'll show you. I will show you. Let me flick this over, because it is oil we're looking at. It's not quite ready yet, but it's not far away. Is I filter things down every day. I use this sheet, and what the sheet does is it helps me filter out the noise in the markets. Because if you're looking at all the different markets, you can get, well, just number blind, I guess is the word. So I try to filter it into maybe 3 or 4 that I'm interested in. Now, the DAX I look at every day, cable I look at every day, oil's on my list every day, FTSE's on my list every day. And what I'm trying to do is find the best of the bunch. Now, when I'm looking at this, this tells me the strongest and the weakest based on these figures. And I'll have a quick flick through based on the anchor chart that it pulls out. It can be an hourly, a daily, a 4-hour, whatever. And then that kind of tells me what I'm going to do with it. And I look to see if there's some correlation between a couple of key points that I look for. And if I think it's ready to go, it'll go in here. And then I'll analyze it a bit deeper. But I only want maybe 3, 4 at best. Sometimes I'll fill it up, but then I'll just thin the herd out. And then if I'm just focusing on one asset at a time, makes my life easier. And if I can get the money I need out of that asset, I don't need to look any further. Now, this is the majors, and regardless of what's in here, it'll start looking to see which is the best of this bunch. And if there's something in here, I will automatically trade this before I trade that. If there's nothing in here, then I look at this. And then if there's nothing there, DAX, cable, oil will move every single day. I hope that kind of makes sense. Okay. So that's why I use it. It's just a filter to help me. Okay. And then once I've zoned in on, well, in this case, actually the best of this bunch is oil. I look at it at the top of each hour and I look to see if it's ready to go. And again, it's because I drill into the key points that I look for. Is it bouncing off a level? Is there a sort of moving average in play? Is the market stretched to an extreme? All these different bits and pieces that I'm looking at. And if it is ready to trade, I'll then drill it down into a trading chart, which could be a 5 minute or a 15, depending on what it is I'm looking at. And then I'll trade it for that hour. If the trade doesn't come within that hour, because again, it's all filters, I'll reset, go through the equation that I do at the top of the hour and see if it's ready to still go. And if it is, then I'll wait, and then eventually when I'm in it, I'll then manage the trade as you see. Now I stage backwards. I'm not a lover of staging forwards. This is something I'm finding out with the 5% is freestyle. Staging backwards is excellent. Staging forwards, not so much. But it's, again, that's work in progress, and it's kind of ticking along. I'm beta testing one program, and I said I would do it twice, so I'm trying to iron out the bugs of how it works in the first one. If I pass that one, brilliant, but if I fail it, I'm not overly worried, but then I'll have all the knowledge I need to go to the next one. And that's how I pass these things and how I build up accounts. Okay. So that's what we're doing, but we're looking at this moment in time at oil. It's currently it's 22.9 coming up, so need another coffee because Winky's round granddad's and I'll have to do it myself. This is no good, you know, leaving me alone. You know what happens when I go in the kitchen? I make a mess and then Winky kicks off, and I can't hold it, sort of try and get her to get a bikini on anymore because she's already done it. This is pretty bad, actually. I mean, what can I do now? I mean, I'll have to think of something depraved for her to do. She'll not do it. She never does. But who knows? Might get it. I don't know what I'll do. I'll take a credit card off it. That'll really spike her up. No, it wouldn't. It'd spike me up. She'd knock me out. Right. Sorry. What are we looking at? Okay. Oil. I love a bit of a rant. If you just drag this out to the 4 hour, and you can see it's had a royal move up, and that has been sustained, and then there's the pressure relief drop. Boom. It found a key level. Now this key level's been respected before. You can see that here, and it had a good go at it here before it dropped away, but it's playing between this level and this section up here, this level here. And then I put some key markers in where I think I'll be able to get some money out of this. And it looks pretty darn good to go about now. Now, if I move this down to 15 minute, you can see there's the drop. It can't get down. It's tried, and now the buyers are coming back in to push up. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop a quick order in. We're going to let the price come to us. Now, I don't need to do a vast amount today. So what we'll do is I'm only really looking to get to here, here at a push. If I've got to scale backwards, then I'll do that down to this section here. So we can sort of pound average that way for the bounce up, because it does oscillate, and that's why I do it, because the market does move backwards and forwards against you, and why not get a better price at the same time? That's my theory. And when you're coming to market and you're going to trade whatever it is that you want to trade, filter to the asset first. So once you've got your asset in place and you know this is what I'm going to trade, go through multi-time frame, daily, 4, hourly, 15, 5. You know, if you get a bit confused with confliction, certainly do 2 anchors and a trigger. And what does that mean? So you would look at, say, the hourly and the 4 hourly, see if they are in alignment with each other, and then look to enter on the next time frame down, just to fine tune it a little bit. Okay, so that's kind of what I would do. And then once you're in the trade and you've figured out roughly where you're going to take your profit, but also where your pain threshold is, and your pain threshold is where enough's enough, I'm going to get out. Have it mapped, and you can do one of 2 things at this point. Now, I've noticed with the guys in the Scruffy squad, and I'll show you something in just a second, they sit on it and they watch it constantly. Now, unless you're incredibly disciplined, that can be quite brutal on the mind, because you'll see it move for you and snatch your profits. But likewise, when it's coming down to your stop, you can panic a lot and you can make the wrong choice. You put your orders in pending. So if it's going to come backwards, well, I'm going to get in here, here, and here. Fantastic. But if it goes down here, I'm out. And then likewise, moving upwards. Now, I prefer individual orders rather than sort of the netting process I was talking about earlier, where it combines it into one trade. I'll open up individual orders so they can all have individual targets. You can preset all your targets as well, and then just walk away and come back at the top of the hour and see what it's done. That way it'll control your mind a little bit. It'll stop you fiddling with the charts. I hope that makes sense. Now, just to show you, this is the Discord. We do have a good old chat amongst ourselves in here. As you can see, they're chatting all the time. Because I'm doing commodities today, it's the same chart that you're looking at, and I've done them a little video of the how and the why I'm going to trade this. And as you can see, that was done at 8 this morning, so they know exactly what we are looking at now prior. And the reason why I do that is basically backs up what I say and what I do, because it's very easy to trade a retrospective chart. Trading view, for argument's sake, I see it all the time, guys. They go, right, this is a trade I took, and then I look at the date and it'll be 6 months out of date. So they found the perfect conditions and said, right, I get in here and I get out there. This is slightly different. You know, I can't tell you what's going to happen because I don't have a time machine. It's all real time in the moment. And that's the fairest I can be. And when I talk to the guys in the Scruffs, I tell them what I'm doing before I do it. Can't be any fairer. So there you go. I'll let this run out. You will see some orders coming in if I need to, but otherwise I'm just going to target up to roughly about this area here. I don't need a lot of money today, guys. If you watched yesterday, you saw me do this, and that's my wages for the week. And when I do extra trades like this, it's not for the monetary value, it's to help the guys in the squad. I genuinely want them to move forward, and they are starting to see the fruits of their labour. Yes, some of them have a long way to go, but that's just the nature of trading. It's not the technical side that they're struggling with, it's actually the mindset side, and I'm trying to get through that as well. Recently did a video live stream with them, and I put it out for public use as well, because I wasn't really going into strategies and stuff. That's really for them. My strategies will never be public. Why? Well, the dickheads destroyed that, didn't they? So you can look round some of the comments in various Facebook groups and one thing and another, that stick it into me, and you'll know exactly who's destroyed it for the rest of you. So now I just keep it for my own groups, and that way, well, makes me happy knowing that they're still going to be a failure, but the guys who sort of support me, I know I'm supporting them as well, so it works quite well. So happy days. Anyway, sorry, nearly got on a rant there. Why? Because I were kicking it in yesterday, something ridiculous. And, well, it's a strange world we live in, people. It's a strange world. But that's why freeloaders will never get anywhere in life. And those who roll their sleeves up, they'll always hold their head up high. So let's see if we can get this trade to run high. Get me 100 quid. Yeah. £100, that's a decent, anything over 100 I'm happy with. If it does 200, amazing, but we'll go for 100 and that'll keep me happy. Catch you soon. Okay guys, stopped out. Am I worried? Already locked in what I needed. So let's have a look, see where we at. 200 quid. It's not bad. For what? 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. Now, I can easily go back to market. But why? Why would I go back to market? Well, if I did, I'd be gambling. And as soon as you go down the road of gambling, you've already lost. Because, let's be honest, when you go into a casino, there's the old saying, the house always wins. And that's what happens with the markets. The market is always bigger than you. So therefore, if you're going to take it up, it's going to win. And it'll win more times than you will. So your best advice when you're day trading is kind of stay under the radar. Get in, get out, get paid, and then walk away. Now, depending on your account size, will determine how much you walk away with. If you can do £5 a point or anywhere up to £20 a point, obviously you're going to get quite a lot of money. But if you're only on £1 a point and you do 10 quid a day, that's £10 more than you had. And if you start working this out, and this is how I work things out, you know, and I do get pulled on it all the time. And it's always by a no-hoper, by the way. It's never somebody who's better than me, because that's a great meme. You know, you'll see it all the time. You're never criticised by someone who's better than you. You're never. You're always encouraged. Whereas if somebody's not as good as you, they always look for fault and flaw. Why? Because that's what they see in themselves. Failure. Now, with the charts, because they are brutal, break it into small chunks. And this is what I'm driving at about if you only got £1 a point and you did 10 pips. Well, finding 10 pips isn't that hard, guys. Not really. But you always want the big swing. You're looking for 100 pips. But for the market to give you 100 pips, you've got to stay in it a long time. And the longer you're in the market, the more it can take it off you. So what's better? Take your £10 every day easily and walk away. And then if you do that 5 days a week, that's 50 quid a week, 200 a month, 2 grand every 10 months, because I only work 10 months of the year. Why do I do it that way? Well, I only work 3 days a week really, and I like to have 4 weeks off for holidays. So it works out about 10 months, give or take. So if you get 2 grand a year from trading on just 10 pips, you've just paid for the family holiday or If you've got a hobby, something that's very good for your hobby, new set of golf clubs for argument's sake. But you've paid for it by being clever. And what I mean by clever is not letting emotions run wild, not treating the markets like a casino, and having an end goal. And like I say, that could be a set of golf clubs or anything. But if you do that all the time, you'll be fine. Now, when I'm doing Morningstar in the morning, it's a similar situation. I'm not bothered about the money. I just want to see slow growth, and then I take a little bit out, as you've seen. And then the next month, the process will repeat, but the pot's a little bit bigger. And then through time, it takes about a year, maybe it's 18 months, to take a sort of 350 quid account into sort of something that's, well, quite sizable, quite a few grand. And then it just grows naturally by repeating the same process. Anyway, something for you to think about. And maybe I'm wrong. Tell me. Drop it in the comments below, because I read and answer every single one of them. And it's always nice to hear somebody else's thoughts, because trust me, I don't have all the answers, guys. I've just been around the markets a long time, and I've been around business a long time. So you pick up little nuggets here and there, and you cobble them together, and you give yourself a bit of a life plan. And then hopefully that life plan enhances what you're doing on your day-to-day basis. Who knows? Anyway, drop in the description. You'll find all my contact details, details of the Scruffy Squad if you're interested. And there's also kind of my preferred broker and prop firm. And for the prop firm, you get 5% discount off the link. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.